Well, you see, we've got a lot of fires that are spread across the entire state of Texas right now. A lot of them staying in East Texas, like I was showing you guys earlier, but we have a couple up here in the Panhandle as well. We're going to take this step by step over the various regions. Firstly, we have this one up here in Moore County, north of Amarillo, the Turkey Trail Fire, 265 acres, 80% contained. In Crosby County, the White River Fire, a little over near 200 acres, 95% contained. And then a little bit north of Abilene and Jones County, we have the more recent Ivory Rain Fire, only about 42 acres and 90% contained. But moving over to East Texas, that's where we see some of our biggest fires. The fire in Palo Pinto County, almost 500 acres and is halfway contained. In Parker County, there are two, a more recent fire that's only about 10 acres and halfway contained. And Sandlin Hill, that's near 200 acres and is 95% contained. In Hood County, we have the River Bottom Fire, 275 acres, 40% contained. And we have, of course, the famous Chalk Mountain Fire right now, the biggest we're seeing, 6,700 acres and still only 10% contained. And then further out east in Walker County, we've got the Nelson Creek Fire, almost 2,000 acres and is very close to being contained, 95%. So when we look at the state of Texas, you can still see we've got burn bans in nearly every county, the entire state. We are all seeing these very dry conditions, winds that are just strong enough to get something sparked up, and of course the very bad drought conditions. But here in West Texas in particular, all but 3 counties have that burn ban in effect: Sterling, Stonewall, and Knox counties. You guys are the only ones that don't have it, but again, you guys are also seeing those conditions. So I would still be very wary of any fires you may want to start. And so with that in mind, we can take a second just to talk about fire tips. Make sure you're avoiding using any kind of welding equipment, any kind of friction on dry grass, whether you're driving on it, parking on it, or dragging any chains on the back of your truck. And of course, if you're going to smoke, be very careful where you throw the cigarette butts. Do not throw them on the ground because any spark can easily become an out of control fire. But looking at current conditions right now in West Texas, we're seeing some mostly clear skies, some hotter temperatures in the central parts of our region, 101 degrees here in San Angelo and Paint Rock and Menard, seeing 95, so a bit cooler right now in Abilene, but as high as 102 in Sweetwater and Robert Lee, 103 in Roby. So still some very, very warm conditions. As we get later into the rest of tonight, we're going to see temperatures just get right down above average, 74 degrees for that low in San Angelo, 79 degrees up here in Abilene. We're losing a lot of that widespread heat that we saw getting into those lows. We're cooling down in parts of the big country and staying fairly consistent here in the Concho Valley. But as we get into your weekend, it's going to be another hot one, again, getting just past about 100 degrees on Saturday. Looks like we're going to hit 100 exactly, and Sunday looking like about 101. Really, this will be a good opportunity to get outside if you've been maybe avoiding the outdoors because of all this extreme heat, but make sure you're staying out of this 4 to maybe 7 o'clock window where we're going to be seeing those triple digits. But your 7-day forecast, it's just going to be heat. You know, we've got some more sunny. We had some cloudier skies today, but once we hit tomorrow and the rest of the weekend, we're going to see a lot of sunshine that's going to be continuing into next week.